Hey guys, I'm super excited to be back here doing a live show. As you can see, it's just me. But I'm okay with that. Dorothy will be back with us next week, hopefully, and we'll be rocking another show. Today, I want to talk about the smoke. Oh my gosh, it is crazy out there. I feel like I'm in a house full of, not in a house, like, I feel like you're in a house, like, the outside is a house and you're inside and you're stuck inside in a burning fire like smoke. It's crazy. Like I don't even feel comfortable going outside, to be honest with you. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but it's definitely crazy. And you know what's funny, like, I suppose like what's challenging about Alberta is that we have such a long miserable winter and then summer comes, and at least for the last couple summers it's been smoky. So that's why I was like, that's why we're pretty fortunate that we can go away and do go away. It will be going away, but to deal with this smoke is crazy. So today I wanted to touch on immune system. That's something I think is important right now, especially with what's going on outside. And then breathing, respiration, and that, I mean, it's so challenging. We can't even get outside. They closed. We're in the excuse me. We're in the red area for air quality, so it's the least air quality that is possible. So we're 10, and 10's the worst. So that's, and Vince is in here. What's up, Vince? Vince says it's so bad out there. Vince, tell us what happened. So Vince is doing a ride for, he's raising money for kids that are ill, and he's doing this crazy ride for so many days. Maybe you could give us some details, Vince. But he went out for a ride today, and he only got to 1K and had to come in because it was too smoky, which is crazy. Like, I don't even know, like, how do you live in something like that? I mean, there's nothing really we can do. I'm sure they're doing everything they can to, like, not only fire prevention, but to put out the fires. But it's Mother Nature. Like, they do what they want. She does what she wants. I see there's a handful of you in here. If you are, if you're tuning in, let me know. Love to know who's in here with me. I'd love to know where you're watching from. That's always cool to see. And as you can see, I got my little diffuser going. This is actually a USB diffuser. I'll talk about that in a second. That's a USB diffuser. Don't want to do too much because I got all my wires and I got my camera equipment. I was a little bit late today because I wanted to set up everything perfect. And usually I'm like setting everything up and everything's got to be perfect. That's the perfectionist in me. And then Dorothy's like, just play. We're already late. So that's why I was a little bit late, because she wasn't here to be like, just hit play. So I got a couple of cameras set up here. Then I have the diffuser going. And I got a few other things you can't see because of our footer there, Facebook Live. I think that's kind of cool, but that blocks some of it. But I got a bunch of toys and things to show you, and then we got some people talking here. So I'm going to say hi. We got Charlene in here. She's from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Hi, Charlene. Thanks so much for your support with our new book. This is the new book. Pow! It's just a little baby book. It's a pocket book, I call it, but it is pretty thick, and it packs a punch. Let me tell you, these are my random thoughts on business, making connections, social media, and just running a successful business. I actually wrote that book because I was driving around town and I see all these empty businesses, and it's sad. It's like we put in so much excitement and energy and effort into a business, and then if it fails or if we show up and then disappear, it's super sad. And so I was like, I got to do something about that. So we started running entrepreneur workshops locally, and then from there, I continued to write. I've been writing for this book for a number of years now, and I was like, I got to get it out there. People should read it. So I only ordered 50 of these, and I've sold 40 so far. So I only have 10 left from this first order. We'll see what the demand is. I'd love to put in another order. I was kind of hoping that there'd be a ton of interest so we could put out the 50. And then so we could put out the 50, and then I'll get some feedback to see what people like, what they didn't like, maybe some errors, you never know, and then do another printing. So we'll see. That's where we're at with that. So thank you so much for your support, everyone. Vince got a book as well. He's in here watching. I'll tell you in a second. Jessica says, "What you diffusing?" Just give me a second there, Jessica. Hang tight with me. We have a couple more comments here. Vince says, "Oh, I got you. I see your other comment there, Vince." Vince says, "Great book. I've read quite a few pages already. Already some really great information and insight." Thanks so much, Vince. I really appreciate that. Vince is in our monthly membership group. He's come to an entrepreneur night. I always appreciate your support, Vince. And Vince, if you can, you're welcome, more than welcome to drop your link. So again, Vince is raising money for kids, and he's riding or going to. I don't know how that's going to work out for you, Vince. I know it's super challenging to ride in like smoke. It's not like a little bit of smoke. It's like you walk outside and you come back in and you smell like campfire. And it's like you can actually like breathe in the air. It's crazy. So anyways, drop your link if you like Vince. He's still raising money for kids. And then we have, oh, what's up, Matt? Matt's over there in New Brunswick as well. You're like a Swiss, Matt says you're like a Swiss Army knife, dude. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Michelle? Michelle's in here too. Good to see you guys. Thank you all so much for coming in here. You know what's kind of funny is that like I've done a bunch of these on my own, and then Dorothy jumped on board and we were doing them exclusively together. We're always doing them together. So now it's like, so when she's not here, I'm like, I'm a bit nervous, to be honest with you. It's funny, I was behind the camera with Dorothy and Corey, and I was kind of giving them a hard time. I was like, you guys do live videos all the time, because I had the camera set up on the computer, and I was like trying to get the lighting right for them, and they're all nervous. And I was like, you guys relax, you do these all the time. But it's true. You get nervous. Like you're sitting out here in front of a bunch of people, and you're talking. And in this situation, it's Dorothy and I are usually talking back and forth, but here it's just me. So anyways, that's my roundabout way to say thank you for being here, because you don't know who's going to show up or if anyone's going to tune in. So something that we talked about on our last entrepreneur night is putting yourself out there, getting in front of camera for your business. So that's something that we have to do to grow our business. But I'll stop talking about business in a second here. Charlene says, I agree with Matt. Thanks, Charlene. Charlene, I'm gonna message you about the book signing, and then I'll get your address and we'll ship out your book. So thanks for your support with that. And then, okay, Jessica says, what you diffusing? Okay, I'll get into that. Let me get into that. I wanted to do I'm gonna do a book giveaway. I got these books. Do you guys have any ideas of what I should do with my books? So I have a big shelf of books. So I love books, and I have this, like, I want to ask you this. I got so much to share with you. So I have this big shelf, 2 big shelves of books, and I love books. I love these books. Some of these books I've given away. Some of the books I let people borrow, and I don't know what to do with them, because we're doing this crazy downsize, and we're going through everything, and it's so emancipating. That's a good word for it. Check that out in the dictionary. It's so emancipating to like get rid of stuff. It feels so great. And you know how when something feels good, you know, for example, like if you have a workout, you go through a workout, and sorry, I'm reading your comments here. You go through a workout and it makes you feel like doing another workout. Or if you have a workout in the morning, then you have a bit more energy, so then you want to have better food, for example. So I feel like that's can be directly related to getting rid of stuff. So when I get rid of something, if I throw something away that's trash, and it's really hard for me to throw things away because I'm an environmental person. Like oceans are filled with plastic, landfills are filled with trash, and reusable things that we could use. But instead we go to the big blue store at the end of town and buy the cheapest product that breaks in a month. Then we buy a new one because it's so cheap. It's more expensive to fix than buy a new one. So I'm not that person. So if it can be reused, I'm like, try to give it to someone, or I try to keep using it, or I try to bring it to the thrift store, whatever that is. But that is much more challenging than just throwing it away, which is why most people just throw stuff away. So I have all these books, and I tried to give, and I get them for Exploring Mind and Body. Like, people are publishing houses send me books all the time, and I'll find a book that's like 25 cents, and I'm like, ooh, it's like, that'd be a good book to read or to give to someone. And I have all these books. I gave a bunch to the library. Tried to give 20 brand new books to the library, and they took like 3. So I have all these books. I'm looking at them on the shelf now. I don't know what to do with them. And it was one of my dreams to have like a big, like, giant library one day in my mansion, until I realized like that's not something that's going to make me happier, like a big giant house and then a huge library. I still kind of want that. I still kind of want that big library, but at least at this point in my life, it's not, I don't know, functional. It's not going to do anything for me. There's no point in doing that, I guess I should say. So I don't know what to do with all these books is what I'm getting at. So can you guys help me out with that? Do you have any suggestions? All right, so we got some comments here. Thank you for the comments. I love the comments, and I love the hearts. We have 2 so far. So if you hit that little heart button if you're enjoying the show, I certainly appreciate that. So Matt says, do a package deal. I know I'm a little bit behind on comments. I'm not sure what you mean. With these books here we might have been talking about, so 1 book is 15, 2 books is 13, and then 3 books is 10 each, of course. So 3 books is 30, for example. So you basically get a free book if you order 3. So I do have a package deal for these, if that's what you're talking about, Matt. So that's definitely an option. And of course there's tax on that and possibly shipping depending on where you're at. Sometimes I feel bad, like people, like I have to ask for that, you know, like you have to ask, like, oh, it's 15 plus tax. And I was like, don't want to ask. It's like, that's in Alberta, it's 75 cents. But 75 cents times 100, you know, like it adds up. Like, I have to pay tax on these, and then we have to pay shipping as well. So it does get a bit challenging. And then with like self-publishing the books, there's not a huge margin. So you could, like, if I'm paying tax and shipping, I could actually lose money on a book. Which sounds crazy, but I just wanted to throw that out there because I think sometimes when I tell people like how much the book is, and then I'm like, oh, with tax, I feel a little bit like cheap. But I mean, that's just me being real. Let's see what Vince says. Vince says there's a link to my donation page, and any help would be greatly appreciated. Awesome. Thanks, Vince. I can put that up somewhere too, but it'd definitely help if you could put a clickable link in the comments too. And then we have Charlene says, be nice if you did a reading from your book. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll do that. I actually did that in a live video early in the week that went pretty well. I gotta tell you, people enjoyed the reading. Okay, let me read that for you. Okay, I'll read that for you in a second. Let me get through some comments. I promise I'll do that, so stick with me here. And I got a book. I got to run over and grab this book. I don't know which one to give away. I love books. I feel like, you know what? Giving away books is like, it sounds crazy. I feel like it's giving away a part of me, which is a bit ridiculous. But books have so much knowledge and so much power, and books are like so disregarded in many ways. Like, people throw books away, or they put them in the recycling, or you go by the library and there's like stacks of these old books that are like 10 cents and no one wants them. Or we have those little like, they look like birdhouses. I see them all over. They're all over town here. I've seen them in LA. And you can give a book, you can trade a book, and people like stuff those things full of books. And I'm like, these like books are so amazing. Like, for me, you could sit across from a great leader of the world. You could sit and have tea with one of the great minds you could ever possibly fathom. And we don't do it. Like, if you want to learn about social media for a business, then why don't we pick up a book and read about it? Like, if you want to learn about how to be a better parent, a better human being, like you want to learn about broccoli, like, there's books on everything, but we choose not to. And I don't know why, but to me, like, to see all these books and all this information to be like thrown away or disregarded, or for like 10 cents. Like, if we knew, if everyone knew how much time and effort it'd take to put together one little book, I think we would all, maybe, like, if everyone had to write a book in their lives. And I kind of feel like everyone should have to run a business in their lives as well, so they know what it's like to support local businesses and to feed yourself by running your business alone. I think we would have more value and more appreciation in the little things in life. Okay, Jessica said, make an outdoor book exchange. We have them everywhere here in Sylvan. It's like a little bird. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Jessica. It's like a little birdhouse looking library outside your lawn. People take one and leave one. There's one right there. I could see it if I looked out the window. It's like 25 steps from my door. And that's what I was talking about. It's like, no, there's no regard for them. And maybe that's just different. Maybe that's this street or this town. I don't know. But I love the idea. It's such a cool idea to grab a book or leave a book. But this one here is like jam-packed with books that people don't want or people would never read. So it's kind of odd for me. I want to go grab a book. Stay right there. Okay, this is the book I want to give away. So we get these books for Exploring Mind and Body. That's our nationally syndicated radio show. We syndicate all across Canada. I think our furthest station east is Halifax, Halifax, I think. Anyways, we get these books, and then of course we have a radio show that airs twice a week here in Olds, and then it airs. Then we put on as a podcast. The podcast goes all around the world, so you can download the shows. You can go to exploringmindandbody.com to listen to all past shows. And if you know someone that's into health or wellness or lifestyle, I'm always looking for new guests on the show. So I'm going to give this book away at the end of the show, if you guys stick around. And this is Corinne Zupko, probably butchered that. And it's called Anxiety to Love, a radical new approach for letting go of fear and finding lasting peace. So if you guys stick around till the end, I'll put you in a draw for this if you're interested. Okay, we got that out of the way. I got some more questions. Oops, that was an accident. Keep the questions rolling. Keep them rocking. Okay, Matt says, the reading is such a great idea. Nice wingback chair, fireplace, and soft background music. Oh, I should do that now, Matt? Okay, I'll go into the corner, turn on the fireplace. Matt says, do you deliver? Yeah, we deliver locally. Not sure if I'll be able to deliver straight to New Brunswick. Actually, you know what? Jane just ordered a few books, Matt. So if you are interested, I can package that out with her order and send it together. So if you're interested in that, that would be an easy way. I think shipping would be cheap. We're going to be coming to New Brunswick as well soon. Hopefully, I don't want to say. Hopefully in the fall, Christmas, we'll be getting there at some time. So if you don't want me to package them with Jane's, then I'm not able to deliver at this time. Shauna says, yes, another reading. Hi, Shauna. I didn't know you were here. Shauna, I wanted to read. Shauna actually asked me to read something from the book the first time. And I was actually going to read the same part, Shauna, because I thought it was such a cool part. Maybe I should read that same part now, then maybe a different part at the end. Would you guys like that? I suppose you don't know what I read if you weren't there. Okay, what do we got here? Books aren't a high demand because the internet is at our fingertips nowadays. Yes, I know. Just gets sad. It's a bit sad to me because I've always liked books. I've read books I should say after university. They make you read these giant textbooks that are super boring, that literally put you to sleep. So after I got out of university, I found libraries and actually wanted to read instead of being forced to read. And I would guess that a lot of people have that same kind of complex. They're like forced to read in high school and maybe college or university, and now they're like, I am not reading anything. And a lot of people just don't read, which is perfectly fine if that's your thing. But I feel like we should all read. And I guess for me, like I like something paper. Like it would have been easy to put together like this in a ebook format. We have ebooks, but I'm not releasing any ebooks until all the physical copies sell, because we got to pay for these in advance, obviously. And I don't want 100 books sitting on the shelf, just not doing anything. Actually, when I went on the news for Detoxify Yourself, this is a success journal, a little bit different, but I have, Detoxify Yourself is right here, right behind me. So I went on the news for that, and just before I went on the news, I sold out of them. So I was like, well, what happens if a bunch of people order? And I was kind of expecting big orders, and only a few orders came through. So I have stacks of these Detoxify Yourself books, and I'm like, ah. See, but that's business. That's what you kind of have to. You have to take those risks, and you don't want to be like, oh, sorry, we don't have any inventory. So now I have to go to markets and let people know we have the books so we can get them off the shelves, because otherwise, it's that's a bunch of money tied up in books, unfortunately. So I know what you're saying, Jessica, and I perfectly understand people. Would rather use the internet or look on their phone or tablet or whatever. That's fine. Like, I'm not against that at all. Whatever works for every individual. Let's say, okay, just wait. I'm catching up here. Okay, Vince is here. Vince says the book is great, and it does so fit in your pocket. That was a goal of mine. So you have like these regular size books. Then you have my book. So I was like, honestly, like anytime we do something new, we have like imposter syndrome. So this is my third book. And then I have two, like a recipe book, and then I have a success journal. So like I would say third real book. First one was co-authored. Second one was Detoxify Yourself. And this is the third one. But we always like have those doubts. Like I'm like, if it's not a full-size book, does that mean it's a real book? Or because it's self-published, I'm like, can I really call myself an author because it's not with the publishing house? Like, these are doubts that we have. They're very real, and I try to let people know, like, we're real people. Like, their doubts are real. Like, they happen. When I started doing coaching, like, for businesses, I was like, when we did the entrepreneur workshops, I was like 2 years I was thinking about doing them. Then I was finally like, I got to do these. I got to just try one. So we threw it out there. And a bunch of people showed up, which was amazing. But I was like, do I have enough information? Or the coaching, like, what if I don't know an answer? It's the same thing. Like when I started out in health, nutrition, and fitness, and you don't have to know everything, or you don't have to like never not be sure of something. So, and then when I started doing coaching, I was like, I love this coaching. I love talking business and helping people with ideas. When I do presentations in our workshops, I love that. Like I look forward to them every month. So I think in life we have to push those doubts aside, and we have to put ourselves out there to expand our vision and reach more people, or change the world how we want to, if that's something we're looking for. Dorothy jumped in here real quick. She says, sad I can't join you for this one. My favorite topic, oils. I don't know if that's a hint for Dorothy to be like, tell them about some oils. But I do have some oils here. I told Jessica I'm going to mention what's in this diffuser as well here too. So I'll get to those as well. Jessica said, can you get the anxiety to love at chapters? Because I would really love to read that book. Well, maybe you'll win it, Jessica. I don't know. I'm guessing like this was a pretty big publishing house that sent me this one. This is New World Library, and they're quite well known. Usually when this company sends me these books, they're all over. So they're mainstream, and they have their own publisher, and a lot of authors wouldn't, for example. So if they're with New World Library, if they have a publisher, they're usually in a bunch of bookstores, because it costs a lot of money to get the books on demand, have a publisher, reach out to do interviews. There's tons of money behind creating a book, having a publisher, getting in bookstores. So I would be shocked if they weren't, Jessica. So stick around. Maybe you'll win the book, or maybe no one else. Sometimes people don't want giveaways. You know what's funny is like we've given away a handful of, well, we try to give away things often if we have things to give. Like for the books, for example, I half feel guilty because they're on my shelf and other people don't get to read them. So that was one of the ideas, is that I shouldn't be the only one that is reading it. Like it's a beautiful book, it's great information. Other people should read the books as well. So we've done numerous giveaways, but sometimes people don't want the book if they win. So then we give it to someone else. So you never know. Shauna says, you can read the same thing again. It was very good. Thanks, Shauna. Got a couple more here, and then I'm going to read an excerpt. I can't say that word. Can anyone say excerpt? Excerpt. Yeah. Nothing beats the smell of an old hardcover book. I know! You know what's funny for me, Jessica? I'll go into old libraries. I love old libraries, and we're so fortunate to have like this big giant library in Redondo Beach, but just the smell of like books and like I feel like it's like old knowledge. And when I get into like a library, I'm like excited. I'm like try to breathe in like all the work and all the time that went into these books to get them on the shelves. So I know what you mean, and I love libraries. You know what's funny is when I was in university, I would go and like I was pretty fortunate. We had a huge library, and I went up to the third floor. There's 3 floors, and I would go hide in the back corner all by myself, and I would study, but I would look around to grab some books. Didn't really get into reading that much because I was always studying. Like this may come as a shock to a lot of you. I wasn't like super smart in school, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with school as well. But I had trouble with school, so I had to study. I was always studying or playing. That's what I did. I was studying in the library, going to practice or a game, then I'd come back and study because I had to. I just wasn't that person that could pick up a book and remember everything. So, but I loved going and hiding in that library. I actually had some friends one time. That they knew I was at the library, and they like came to look for me because they wanted to go party or something, and they couldn't find me, which I thought was hilarious because I just like to go hide in a little corner and just like be in my own zone there. I think Vince has got to go. Vince said, "Love to stick around, but work is calling. Enjoy the day. Need to get prepared for the kids." All right, Vince. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next time. So Charlene says, if I win the book, Jessica can have it. Awesome, Charlene. Very kind of you. Thanks so much. Okay, I'm going to find this out. I'm going to find that one part so I can read it to you. Oh. Okay, stick with me here. Oh, I think that was it. About me. Okay, I'm close. Just wait. Hang tight. Okay, I'll read this part. So this is from the Random Thoughts. Though this is a much different book than what I would usually write. So there's no table of contents in this book, and there's no specific niche. There's like nothing conventional about this book, not even the size. So the chapters they're not even chapters. They're like different sections. Like think about all the posts that I put up on social media or wherever you may have read my other work. I put those together in like a Google document or a Pages document, and I just stacked them all together. Whenever I thought about something business-wise, I threw it down in there, and now it's in the book. So this part is called, it's a few pages, but they're small pages. So this one says, is the book ready to be delivered? And then I said, is this book ready to be delivered to an audience? Likely not. So then why do I release it now? Some of my favorites here. Because Seth Godin would say ship, and ship often. Tim Ferriss would say test your audience. Gary Vee would say it's time for a right hook. And Anthony Robbins would say there's a repeatable process to success. See, just like Isaac Newton, I stand on the shoulders of giants as well. And from what I've learned over the years, through the books that I've read, and through the teachings of those that have been before me, and finally, through my own experiences, it's better to share your work now instead of later, because in many cases, our work will never be ready. And who knows, with how quickly the world is changing, what we know now, that knowledge could be outdated in a very short time. There will always be a reason not to ship. So let's push through those emotions aside and see what comes of it as I contradict myself in the moment I'll go against what many experts say as they tell you to find a specific topic or niche down, if you will. This book isn't about any one particular topic other than business. It's not about Facebook or growing your audience. It isn't only about branding and understanding how to get your name out there. And it's not only about selling products from your website or email list. This book is about my random thoughts on business, on what I've learned, what I've tried and tested, and what has worked for me. Will it work for you? Only time will tell. What we know for sure, if you don't try, it certainly will not. All I care about is sharing this information now in case someone can use it. Maybe in the future, we'll consider hiring a team or look for a publisher to put this book together and pick out certain topics for a new book. But we're releasing this book, as I said earlier. We all need to ship. And I should mention, when I mean ship, I'm talking about putting yourself out there, putting your products out there, letting the world see what you have to offer. We need to push aside the fear of rejection, feel of failure, and trust me, I've got lots of that going on now. Will people buy this book? Will my words be beneficial? Could they actually help? Who will buy? How will I distribute? How many books should I print? And am I wasting my time and money if this is all for nothing? I feel it's important to lead by example in all areas of life. How can I give you advice on shipping and accepting feeling failure if I don't myself? Almost done here. For me, writing my thoughts is medicinal. Writing gives me an outlet so I can move on from one thought to another. It also gives me the opportunity to teach others through my own successes and failures. The truth is, most of what's in this book, I've had these thoughts written down for years, but I've never taken action to deliver them. So what's the point of having them written down if they'll never be shared? With the ever-evolving social media world, what makes sense now won't in the future, although some of what I've written here is about being a good person and running a successful business with integrity, which is where we found our success, which will never be outdated. But things change in business, but things in the business world change daily. And if you don't keep up, you'll be left behind. Because some of you need these thoughts now, and because I believe in shipping as often as possible, I bring this project to you in hopes it can help you find success in the business you run, in the passion you follow, as we all do when we start our own business. Keep your head up, push forward, don't let any one person or situation drag you down. And by all means, get up, over and over again, because the world needs you. You're an entrepreneur. You're a chosen one. The world needs you to change it for the better. Okay. So that's what I did. I did like a few short chapters leading up to the first post, if you will. So that's part of it. Thank you for the recommendation to read. Okay, so a couple other comments there. I did want to talk about Jessica asked what's in the diffuser. And I got to tell you, like, this isn't my thing. This isn't my bag. This is Dorothy's. She's like, because of the air quality, you should mention this. I can answer a little bit. I'm kind of a closet oil user. So I definitely use them every day, but Dorothy's the expert and she can answer. Or we have a couple like Corey, she just did a live one. We have people that can help you with. I basically, with most things that we do, I want to show you what we do and how we live, and then maybe that'll help you as well. In this situation, it's crazy smoky outside, and the air quality is the worst. From 0 to 10 is the worst, and we're at a 10 for air quality. I think the kids aren't allowed outside. They canceled outside activities, and when you go outside, it's so smoky that you come inside and your clothes smell like campfire. It's crazy. So thanks for the applause there, ladies. Chantel and Charlene, appreciate it. So this is what we're doing. We're diffusing here all day. So we have most of our big diffusers. Dorothy's crazy with these things. We have all kinds of diffusers, but we have this little USB one. This is really for the car. My mom got this for us. It's super cool. It's actually a USB. So you can plug that into the car, or you can plug that into a computer like I have now, and that's going throughout the day. So when you go outside or when you come back in, you can like come in and breathe fresh air, and you can open up your lungs. So we got a couple of here. This one here is Purification. And then this one here is lemon. So you put those together and those will improve the air quality to help you breathe. So outside, horrible air quality. If you're diffusing, much better air quality with lemon and purification. Okay, so we're diffusing that. And then we also have eucalyptus and RC. And if you don't have these, you need to have them because they help you breathe. Like, breathing is pretty essential, so we need to have these type of oils that help. So these two here will help actually open up our lungs and help us breathe more deeply at a higher rate. So improve air quality and then open up our lungs. So for example, if you have some congestion, if you have respiratory issues, if you're not breathing properly on a regular basis, like for example, like you need these ones. You need eucalyptus and RC. These are good quality oils. I'm a quality type of guy. I don't know how you guys are, but I never recommend going and getting the cheapest brand. You can go and get cheap quality. Like I think you can find one of these for like 75 cents at that store I don't like talking about. I will never advertise for them. If you find the cheapest things around, they're the lowest quality without question. We found that out with Complete Truth Protein. So you could go to Costco, you can go to a pharmacy, you could go and find a super cheap quality protein because if you have cheap quality protein, they're cheap to make. You know what I'm saying? So if you find a 1 pound bag of whey protein at the pharmacy, it's 25 bucks. It probably costs them $4 to make. Think about what kind of ingredients they have in that bag. So we're putting this low quality ingredients into our body thinking it's doing a good thing, and it's not. So in many cases, it's doing more harm than good. I would say it's the same. I mean, that's why we developed Complete Truth Protein, because I was so tired of people of asking me, and not of them asking me, but me being able to recommend anything. And I feel like we should be able to read and pronounce everything we put in our body. So that's why we designed Complete Truth Protein. That's why you shouldn't go buy the cheapest quality protein on the shelf, because all the toxins, the chemicals, the preservatives, the coloring, flavoring, it's madness, will do more harm to your body than good. Same thing with oils. That's why we choose Young Living. That's why we choose a good quality. That's why we're willing to pay more for better quality of oil, because that's what we're about. We're about quality. We're about your health, not about the cheapest way to get something. I think that mindset is, unfortunately, it's abundant. That mindset of the cheapest is the best. It's, it's interesting. If you go to a store in New York City, like an expensive store, or we were in Beverly Hills, they have like a guy standing outside the door. You may have to be invited to get into that store. You might have to have an appointment, or they might have to know you to get in. Or like you walk by in these expensive areas or expensive stores, and they have like 25 items in the whole store. Have you ever seen that? Let me know in the comments if you've seen that. If you've been in New York City, if you've been to Beverly Hills, maybe in Hollywood, like on the, what's that strip called? Rodeo Drive. You know what I'm talking about. But you know what's funny is then we have, so those stores make tons of money. They're in the most expensive places in the world, or in North America. They have great quality items, and they have few of them because they know if they sell one or two, they're going to be able to pay rent, make some money. But then you look at like the dollar store, for example, and you put like, they jam pack like everything, the worst quality things you could possibly find, and they jam pack it in the store, and it's like, well, everything's $1. And then of course you use it and it breaks. And it's just interesting to me, like our mindset, like you could look at something that's better quality, something you'll keep forever, something that people like could recognize, or you could get, oh, I'm going to find the cheapest thing ever, and I'm going to use that and put it in my body. It's madness. So I hope that helps clear things up for you. So Jessica says we had a couple comments here. Jessica says, I have a diffuser in every room of the house. I have been diffusing purification and eucalyptus. Awesome. That's beautiful. So you're kind of using the same the same couple oils, but a bit of a different combination. That's awesome. I think anyone that's diffusing at any rate is doing something good. Like we have diffusers going constantly as well. And I think you have to. I went downstairs this morning and I was like, what? is what is that smell? And it's, of course, it smells like smoke. So like even though the doors are closed and the windows are closed, the smoke is still getting in from somewhere. And then we have Chantel on here. Chantel says, in Edmonton yesterday, the smoke was so strong and it hurt my eyes when going outside. Yeah, it's crazy. I wonder, it must be in Sylvan too. Is that right, Jessica? And, you know, it's crazy. Like, and the thing is, like, there's nothing that we can do about it except move away or go somewhere where there isn't fires. But there's fires everywhere, and it's so like I almost feel like we're restricted or we're like handcuffed. Like we can't. I like to be in control of things. Excuse me. And we have we're like so out of control. We can't do anything. So, but these are the things. These are a few of the things that you can do. So, I'd highly recommend getting a diffuser if you don't have one, and then getting some good quality oils and improving your quality air yourself. Because otherwise, I mean, what else can we do? I want to tell you about plants in a second as well. Here, Charlene said, "Thanks for the hearts, guys. I really appreciate it. Keep the hearts coming." Oh, that was the wrong one. And then thank you for the questions. I love the questions because I don't have Dorothy here sitting next to me that can keep the conversation going. Charlene says, I heard some diffusers are dangerous for our pets. Perhaps you could do a show on this. That's interesting, Charlene. I've never heard of that. I will definitely run that by Dorothy. I've never heard of that. And we've been diffusing for years. I would get a better quality diffuser. Again, I wouldn't buy the cheapest one that you could find. Maybe the oils, I'm not sure what you mean, or maybe if anyone's listening, I know there's a lot of people that are into oils here as well. Maybe you could let us know if you have, if you've heard about diffusers being dangerous for pets. I don't think, like, I would be shocked if you had a good oil and a good diffuser and that would be dangerous for pets. But I don't know. Like I said, it's not really my thing. I just want to tell you guys what we do to help improve our health. If you guys stick around, I'm going to give this book away here shortly. I'm not going to be around here too much longer, maybe 10 minutes. So if you guys want to stick around, I'll probably cut the show off soon. Okay, we got how long have I been going for? Almost 45 minutes. Jessica says the sky is orange here, super smoky. My 3-year-old doesn't understand why she can't go outside. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Sorry to hear that, Jessica. Yeah, I know. Like, how would you explain to your kids, like, you have to stay inside? I saw someone running outside, and I mean, like, I'm not to judge anyone. Like, you make your own choices, but I mean, it is so smoky out there. It's a thick smoke. It's not like a light. Like, I think we came back from LA for a couple weeks at the end of last summer, like at the end of August, where all the fires were going crazy, and it was smoky when we first got here. Then a couple days later, it was very light. Like, so I don't know if the wind shifted or if it rained somewhere, but there was a very light smoke, and you could go outside. But like right now, today, you can't go outside. It's madness. So when I saw like that guy running, I was like, nah, what are you doing? So, but I mean, like I said, we all make our own choices, which is fine with me. Some oils. Charlene says some oils. Not sure what you mean. Oh, some oils are dangerous. I would guess, like, people, like, because it drives me nuts. Like, if people are buying protein, like, oh, the protein industry is going crazy. Everyone's making their own protein, and all they want to do is make money. So they don't have a business. It's different. Like, I think sometimes people have a product and they sell their product, and it's not a business. If you're just selling a product, you're not running a business. So, for example, I could get the cheapest teapot in China, and I could order 10,000 of them. I could send them to a shipping house in Amazon. I could have Amazon ship them all out, and then I would make money on that. That's not a business. That's a product that you're selling. So people can do that with protein supplements. They find the cheapest way to manufacture because they know everyone is using them, or they know that a lot of people are buying them, and there's a good price margin on low quality, not so great on good quality, but they have a huge margin, so they can make a bunch of money on protein supplements. They don't care about your health. All they care about is the margin and how much money they can make. So for us, like, this is our business, this is our brand, it's our reputation. So when you're looking at products, look at the business, look at the organization, like look at what they're doing and what they're about. Like if you believe in us and you trust us and what we're doing, then our product makes sense to you. Like it's a good idea. If you need help with a boost of energy, if you have digestive issues like gas, bloating, indigestion, Complete Truth Protein helps with digestion issues. So those are reasons to use them if you believe and trust in a company. If you're looking on Amazon and you find the cheapest quality product around, that's probably not a brand, or that's probably not a company. It's just someone selling a product to make money. So you should consider that. That's kind of the behind the scenes of how we bring products to market, because there's a whole world behind it, and rarely does it have anything to do with your health, unfortunately. Charlene had a comment here. This is Jessica. Jessica says, Charlene, peppermint when pregnant and with newborns isn't really recommended, but I don't know about pets. I would think, correct me if I'm wrong, they're only unsafe if they eat it. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't think anyone, well, I don't know if we should eat, some oils are, you can consume them, they're like, I don't know, they're, what do you call them? Not edible, I'm not sure the word I'm looking for, but you can have better quality oils. Some of these oils I'll take, like thieves, I'll put on my tongue. Like I don't. That's just me. I'm not any kind of representative of any company. I'm just telling you what I do. I don't know if you're supposed to recommend that or what, but some products, like I'll take oregano. Like I don't care. Like so, but your pet shouldn't. So if you're not really sure, you should talk to someone who's an expert. And if you want to send us a private message, or if you want to let me know down below, we can definitely have someone send you a message and give you more details on what's proper and what isn't. But thank you so much for that, Jessica. I appreciate your feedback there. Kayla says my vehicle was covered in soot yesterday. That's a funny word, isn't it? Soot, not S-U-I-T, like a suit. But suit. Oh my gosh. You know, it's funny, like sorry, my sense of humor is much different than most people. But we were just hanging around so we went to Sri Lanka with another couple. One was, Anna was Romanian, and Dylan was originally from Sri Lanka. He's Canadian now. But they spoke different languages natively, like their own languages were different. And then ours is English, of course. Dorothy speaks French, and then we were speaking Sinhala, or learning, understanding. Everyone else was speaking Sinhala in Sri Lanka. So we had all these different languages, and it was so interesting to hear people's different perspectives of what words meant and what words were said. It was funny. Like I think in English language is crazy. Like I think it probably makes the least sense to me. So one of the things was turn on. I don't know what Anna was saying. She was like, turn on your alarm. I don't know I guess I don't know what it was. It was funny. And what she was saying, it made absolutely no sense how the English language works in some cases. I forget what it was, like turn something on or turn something off, but it was actually on. I don't know. But the English language is crazy at times. Yesterday, I thought it was pollen. I was like, oh my gosh, the pollen's here, because I hate allergy season. And my immune system's been getting better, but I don't like pollen. Like sometimes my eyes get itchy and I can't stand it. It's crazy. So I thought it was pollen. Like I was like, the pollen's here, but it was actually soot or whatever you call that. Like it was actually ashes of some kind, like in the air. It was crazy. Food grade oils. Chantel says food grade oils can eat. I'm not sure what you're asking, Chantel. Are you asking if we can eat food grade oils? There's oil, like some of these oils, like for example, they have like a little mark on them. These don't, but if they're ingestible, or if they recommend you ingest them, you can put some oils in your body, the ones that they suggest. I don't know which ones they are. You can ask Dorothy. The ones that I said, like for me, like I'll put thieves on my tongue, or I'll take a drop of oregano. If I'm feeling something coming on, I'll take a drop of oregano and I'll shoot it back like in a shot glass. Gone. Oregano's crazy. Or we'll put it on the bottoms of our feet, and that absorbs super quickly into our body. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not recommending that. I'm telling you what I do. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I see it works for me. And everyone should guess and test and see what works for them. But that works for me. And if you want to try it, then be careful. Like, just be careful. Like, oils are crazy. I put, like, sometimes someone had a story about they got oregano in their eye one time. And like, I couldn't imagine. This was a few years ago. Dorothy was kind of just getting into oils. I was just learning about it. I couldn't breathe one night. Like, I had really congestion. And I got up in the middle of the night and I found oregano. My nose was like all raw from blowing my nose. And I put this oregano on my nose because I thought it was like peppermint so I could breathe better. And for like 25 minutes, I was like pacing around the house. I thought my nose was burning off. I can't tell you how painful it was. So you have to be careful. Like, oils are dangerous. They're potent. Like, think about how much eucalyptus it would have taken to get this liquid in this bottle. And this is pure. This is natural. Those other oils that you have could have like sunflower oil in it, grapeseed oil. It's like, I'm sure it's not any different than the oil industry. Like, did you know that olive oil could only needs to have I think 3% of olive oil in it to label it olive oil? So they put rancid oils in there. They put vegetable oils in there. It's crazy. They can do whatever they want. So you have to pay attention to these things. And if you're getting a cheap quality oil, like what, I'm not going to mention any because I don't know the worst ones around. But you know, if you get one bottle that's 75 cents, it's going to be the cheapest, and it's probably not what it says on the bottle. So you should consider that when you're thinking about putting that on your body or in your body. Because if you put it on your body, it's going in your body as well. Let's see what Jessica says. Thanks for the comments again, guys, and I do appreciate the hearts. I still see them coming in. We got a book giveaway here. We have CTP back here if you're interested as well. We deliver locally, we ship to wherever you're at. So let us know. You can bake with it, gluten-free baking. You can throw it in smoothies. It's a great way to energize your day. And then we have 10 of these books left, only 10. So if you're interested or know anyone that is, let us know, because I don't know. I was hoping to do another printing, but like I said, I don't want a ton of books sitting on the shelf. So maybe 10 will be the last that we do until we try to do another something. Usually when you do something exciting, like you do a book launch or you have a new product, it's all exciting, and then it kind of dies off. So then you have to like do other things to get people interested, or at least knowing what you have. So what else was I going to tell you? Okay, Jessica says, my son has genetic issues and NG tube feed. So his immune system isn't like ours. The smoke is not treating him well. We are avoiding the emergency room visits and hospital stays right now. I have oils diffusing and our air purifier is going all the time. Wow, sorry to hear that, Jessica. Sorry to hear about your little guy. I hope he's doing okay. And like, we have some family members as well that have breathing, like respiratory issues. And I think like it's difficult. Like, it's challenging. It's almost scary. Like, I'm worried about them or concerned about them. And like I don't know if they will or are, but they should be diffusing, and they should be improving the quality of air, and should be avoiding going outside. Because if we don't take these precautions, like, it's our breathing. And, you know, it's kind of funny. Like, I was feeling perfectly fine yesterday, and like I feel a bit like it's a bit. I feel a bit like I feel like I'm almost challenged to breathe a bit, and it's got to be the outside. What else would it be? So we have to pay attention to what's going on. Kayla says, Young Living has a pet line. I use it for my dogs. Really? That's crazy. I had no idea they had a pet line. Can you tell us some oils, or is it the same oils? Is it the same oils? It's just maybe manufactured a bit differently, so it's pet friendly. Dorothy didn't even tell me that. Thanks for sharing that, Kayla. And then Kayla said, the most affordable kit of essential oils on Amazon and most popular has been tested, and they found synthetic ingredients. Yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah, I appreciate that, Kayla. I'm not laughing at you. But I mean, most popular has been tested, and they found synthetic. So you're saying I would agree with that, like the most affordable kit of essential oils, they have synthetic ingredients. Like, you can't, like, it's not possible. You just can't do it. Like, we know that we've been doing this for years. Like, if you design, like, we're designing our own magnesium product right now, and I'm super excited. It's very close to being out there, but we're learning. Like, I feel like, again, like, you get to be a magnesium expert. We're learning about everything. There's 10 different strands of magnesium. We know that, like, calcium, for example, that inhibits the absorption of calcium. So, but we don't, like, people don't think that. And I feel like we know that on a different level because we have to do the research if we want a good quality product. We didn't just go and grab the first magnesium product or the cheapest raw ingredient we could find. We wanted to get the best quality product possible. So it costs more. Like, so you shouldn't be taking calcium with magnesium, for example. And you should pay attention to the type of calcium because they all do something different. They all absorb differently. So we're going to have the highest absorption rate possible in our product, which means it's going to cost more to create. So then you have to look at the marketing behind it. So how much money are we going to put into brochures, building a website, labels, the containers, everything that we have to consider, and it all increases the cost. So if you go and buy a super cheap oil, which is what we're talking about, it's not possible to have the ingredients that are good quality and sell it cheap. You can't do it because you won't make any money, and most businesses just want to make money. So you have to understand that there's going to be synthetics in the quality of protein, in the protein as well, but there's going to be synthetics in the quality of products that you're using if it's super cheap. And usually those are preservatives, or those are fillers, or those are additives. Those are like soy, for example, or corn. Like, you look at those products in your pantry and you're like, oh, that's why this, like MSG, like a giant preservative, these are harmful to our body. And we were like, oh, we don't think about why this is so cheap. We just think, oh, this is cheaper than that one. This is probably better, or this is what I can afford. We don't think about what can I afford for my health. We think about what can my budget afford, and not worried about better quality. I'll worry about that later. Kayla says they're all blends. Okay, I guess there's some individual oils and some blends. So actually, Dorothy's doing really well on her lives. She did, like I said, she did one with Corey. You can check that in the news feed below. And she does some lives on her story, and she does some lives on her personal page. So, and it's all explanation. It's all learning, education. So we're, like, as you guys know, we're not like super salesy type of people. Like, these are the products we have. You can buy them if you want. If you don't, then hopefully you find a better, like, good quality somewhere else. That's okay. But if you want oils, if you don't have someone that's hooked you up, then Dorothy can do that for you. If you message her, she'll deliver, or she'll set you up with whatever you need. I'm not going to do that. That's not my thing, but she could definitely help you out. Let's see. Women should be taking magnesium supplements daily. Magnesium is also, having trouble reading. Magnesium is also very good for sore muscles and absorbing nutrients. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Jessica. There's, what's interesting? Like, before I started doing research, I had no idea. I knew that magnesium was good for sore muscles, recovery, and sleep. I didn't know it was great for constipation, and I didn't know it was great for restless legs or cramping. So, but there's so many benefits to magnesium. I almost feel like it's an untapped source of information and knowledge, and I really want to share that with people. And we started taking magnesium ourselves about a year ago for muscle recovery specifically. Dorothy was doing her marathons or her triathlons, and I always work out as well. I'm going to set some goals for myself here coming up soon that I'm excited about. But there's so many benefits to magnesium, and again, like why we designed our protein supplement, I feel like there's so many cheap, low-quality magnesium supplements. They're putting things in magnesium that should not be in it, that actually inhibit it from absorbing into your body. And I'm like, what are they doing? Like, why would they do that? And it's the same thing with CTP. It's like, why do they have 500 ingredients in one bottle or one bag or one container? It's not like, there's no way our body should possibly be consuming those ingredients. And they're like, oh, and it just helps with things. So you go and talk to someone, or call someone and ask them why. Call a company and ask them why that ingredient's in there, and most of them won't know. I don't know. Lasts longer, or it's made cheap to put in, or it made our product more volume, right? Like corn, for example. Like, you got to pay attention to what's going on. But thank you for that, Jessica. We are so excited to get into the world of magnesium, and it's so healthy for you. So just again, we got to make sure we're looking at a good quality product, and we have to make sure what's stacked in there together with the magnesium. It's usually not just the magnesium alone. What's up, Dave? Big Dave! Diesel. I'm going to see Dave on Monday. Pretty excited. I gotta tell you, I'm excited to reunite. I'm just playing. I know Dave from years. I'm going down to LA, and he's down there now. I don't know why he moved to Texas. Such a bad idea. But yeah, I'm gonna be back, and I'm it's excited to see Dave and the family and everybody else. So that's gonna be fun. What's up? Mom's in here. Morning, Mom. She said hi, Drew. Good morning to you. And what's going on here? Kayla, your son's picture is Mini Drew was stinking cute. Do you guys? I don't know. Do you guys know each other, Jessica and Kayla? I think it's awesome. Oh, New Mexico. My bad, Dave. Well, you're in Texas. Were you in Texas first? Texas, then New Mexico? Yeah. Odessa, right? And then you moved to New Mexico, right? See, I can't even keep up. Just stay in one place. I love it when people talk amongst each other while I'm doing a live. It's funny. It cracks me up. And I think it's cool if people know each other or make connections while I'm talking. At any rate, if you guys don't have any more questions, I know some of you just got on here. I'm going to wrap things up here. We do have a giveaway that I'm going to give away here. From anxiety to love. So that's something that we're going to do right away here. And I don't think I have anything else for you. You know what's interesting is like we're doing this like giant purge of like, I told you at the beginning of the show, of everything. Like we're getting rid of everything, and that we're getting rid of so many things. Like we have like 2 teapots. Never used 2 teapots at the same time in my life. Like a vase, for example, 4 vases. It's like, and then like, what do you, like we never go get 5 bunches of flowers. Like, so we have so much, and we're like getting rid of stuff. You might have seen stuff going up on the buy and sell, and like we're trying to sell. We're selling things cheap. Like I think some people try to sell things to make money. We're selling things just to get rid of it. And usually, like sometimes if you bring stuff to the thrift store, they don't want it. And sometimes if you put stuff up for free, people don't want it. But if you put like $5 or $10 or $20 on an item, it's so funny. Like more people want it because there's a value on it. So if you guys want some stuff, if you need anything, let us know, because we're getting rid of a bunch of stuff that we don't need after we got back from Sri Lanka. It was so crazy to see that they live with nothing and they're so happy and they love life, of course, for the most part. And we are surrounded by things. And I think that like people feel that things will give them happiness. Like I have to keep that or I have to hold on to that. We have garages full of stuff and basements full of stuff. Like we have a filing cabinet here I got to go through that I've had stuff for years and never looked at. So what am I keeping it for? No idea. We feel like that some kind of sentimental value is going to make a difference in our lives, and it doesn't. Like I'll never miss that stuff that I'm getting rid of. So Dave says my dad wants all kinds of stuff. Are you saying that he wants some of my stuff? Dave's dad likes to collect things. I don't think there's anything wrong with that if that's what you want to do. Judgment-free zone. That's just not for me. I think like we got to get rid of stuff. Actually, Dave's the kind of person that like doesn't want anything. He's like, I was like moving one time. Like we were in college and I was moving to LA and he was still in South Dakota. And I was like, hey, you want this TV or do you want this couch? He's like, no, I don't want any of your stuff. So it's kind of funny. Like some people like don't need or want anything. Like my brother's like that. He doesn't want anything. And other people want like they want to have everything, like all these things. But you know, like we have empty spaces in the place now of things that we've been given away, and it feels freeing. It's like we have more room to move around, or we have more things, and we have more things like or more space. And I think more space is much more beneficial. But like if you see someone's garage open in California, it's like because the spaces are so small and people are jammed in like sardines. Their garages are like jam packed with stuff, and you're like, I thought that was for a car, but they don't have room for storage. But they jam pack it with stuff that they don't. They don't have stuff that they jam pack stuff they don't need. Okay, I'm wrapping things up. I promise. Oh wait, so Kayla says thank you, Jess, and she says we do. So Kayla and Jessica know each other. Awesome. Oh, so Kayla, I don't know if you want to post a picture, but in the comments, but Kayla put her little guy Leo in a blue mohawk. It was so cool. So Jessica said, what'd she say? Have you watched the show Tidying Up with Marie Kondo? It will change your life. I have not. Is that a documentary on TV, Netflix? I'd love to know. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, I think that things weigh us down. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I see hearts coming in. I think things weigh us down. Like things don't give us anything other than weight and clutter. And like if I'm working at my desk and it's cluttered, I can't think. I feel like I can't think properly. So it's so important to clear your life full of things. You guys, I said I would read a second part of this book. I read the first part. I don't know if I have a part that I want you to read. One more note. How it got started. You guys want to talk about? Okay, I'll read this part. You guys want to hear? Oops, sorry. I'll read this other part. So these are the books. So I talked about this at the beginning of the show. I know you guys are coming in and out. This is the last thing I'm going to read, and I'm going to let you guys go. I'm just reading your comments here. It won't let me post pictures in the comments. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Kayla. Maybe I can put that up somewhere. I don't know. Sometimes people don't want their kids' stuff shared, and other people do. I could share that. My mom wants to see it too. Post it on the group, please, Kayla. Okay, I'm going to read this part. I'm going to do the giveaway. I'm going to let you guys go. So these are the books I talked about. These are my new business book here. My first business book, branching out. Super excited. We only have 10 of these left, physical copies. And I'm going to read this part and I'll let you guys go. So this is just part of the beginning of the book. I said, do you know how the business world started? It was through trade. You have something that someone else could use, something that someone else wanted, and if you had something of equal or greater value, you'd make a trade and you'd each have something that you're happy with. Let's fast forward to the Western world when most people lived on farms. You harvested what you ate, you grew, you fed, and ate your own livestock, and you planted your own seeds. If you had more than enough, you could trade with others that had more than enough of their own supply of goods. Soon they had what were called trading posts. People would bring their goods to a well-known building to trade what they had with others for what they needed. What happened next over time would change the world and bring it closer to what it is today. Someone built a building. I don't know if this is boring for you guys. I like the history stuff. Someone else built a building next to the trading posts. Maybe it was a saloon, a place where you could sleep, eat, or drink. They knew people would be coming to trade, and they also knew some would travel a long way and would need a place to sleep and eat. Once there was a saloon, maybe a doctor set up shop. There was likely a church built as well. And now you have a community of people living together, coming together, and living their lives together. This may be a snoozer, especially if you're not into history, but the point I'm getting at is the world is what it is today because of one single entrepreneur. One individual that said, why don't we set up a trading post where people can come and trade items? Then another entrepreneur said, if people are coming to this location, I can make a living offering a service with what they need or want. One business owner after another gathered together to create a town, which is now why we see major metropolises in the world today. It started off with someone like you who had a dream, who had a vision of changing the world. And they did, and so will you. Did they deal with rejection? No question. Did they deal with failure? No doubt. But they pulled themselves back up, dusted themselves off, and got back in the game. So I think that's the last part before I get into the actual parts of the book. But anyways, it was fun to write. It's fun to release. I appreciate you guys asking about it and commenting about it. We sold quite a few books already. Like I said, I only have 10 of these left, physical copies. So if you want one, let me know. I'd love to help you guys. I'd love to get one in your hands. And I'm not sure how it's going to work to order more at this point in time. I was also talking about how I ordered a bunch of, I got to go that way, a bunch of detoxify yourselves, because I thought after I got on the news there'd be a bunch of book orders. Didn't exactly happen, so I'm stuck with a stack of books that I got to sell. It's not just books though. Of course, the books take up space and then they cost money, so that money is sitting in the books, and yeah, probably stuff you guys don't want to hear. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I need a little notepad. Can you Okay, keyword is these books are from Exploring Mind and Body. That's why I get them, and that's why I get to give them. So if you want this book, Anxiety to Love, write in the comments, I love exploring mind and body. I got to get a piece of paper. I'm going to do that draw right now. In the comments, if you're interested in this book, write, I love exploring mind and body. I'm going to try to find a little piece of paper. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back, and I see no names yet. Let's go, team. I love exploring mind. Do you want me to read another part of the book while we were waiting? I'm just kidding. Do you have a book for me? Yes, Mom, I have a book for you. You got it. Are you guys still here? Oh, there you are. Oh, I got scared for a second. I thought we got disconnected. Okay, Chantel said, oh, there you are. Maybe there was just a little bit of delay. Okay, we got Jessica. Jessica, I'm going to put these in your name. You probably can't read that. There's one. And then we have Chantel. I love exploring mind and body. Oh, thank you guys. So happy that you love exploring mind and body. Okay, I got Chantel. And then we got Charlene in here as well. Charlene. Okay, is that it? I got 3 people so far. I'm going to give you guys just another... My gosh. I was supposed to get off this way long time ago. I got to deliver some books, and I got to sell some things on the buy and sell. Lots to do today. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, I love... Dave. Yeah, you do. Love it. Dave says, I love... Want me to put your name in there, Dave? I don't think... Do you read? Can you read? Okay. Dave, I'll put your name in here, Dave. Okay, Dave. And, okay. We got 4 in there. And then my mom doesn't want the book. Which is okay. She wants to make sure someone else gets it. She says, I love exploring mind and body too, but don't enter my name. You got it. Okay, I'm going. I'm reading. Is that it? Last call. Oh, I gotta double check these. That's like I think it's a complex for me. I have to double check everything. Okay, Dave. And this is Charlene. And this is Chantel. And then this is Jessica. Okay, we good? Let's go. This is always hard for me. I feel like one day I should get over. Oh, look at all those hearts. You guys are awesome. I feel like I should get over like feeling bad that I have to pick one day. And this is Chantel. Congrats, Chantel. You have just won from Anxiety too low. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's the thing for us. Like, if you guys ever watched Elf, Dorothy and I, every time we see something that's like the best, this is the best in the world, like in that Christmas movie Elf, they're like, this is the best coffee in the world. So he walks in and he's like, congratulations, this is the best coffee in the world. Okay, Chantel 1, I'm going to write that down so you get your book. I know you were interested, Jessica. Hopefully that you can find this book at, maybe check out your library, or definitely check out your chapters. So, or maybe after Chantel's done reading it, she can send it to you. Jessica, a lot of people don't keep books, or they don't read them over again. I have a few books that I like to read over and over again or refer back to. I think a lot of times people read a book once, or a lot of times people don't read a book at all. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you to Chantel says thanks. You're welcome, Chantel. Thanks for tuning in. Chantel's in our monthly membership group as well. She comes to these. She's a CTP user. She likes Complete Truth Protein. So I'm happy you won, Chantel. I appreciate your support with what we do, and I hope you enjoy the book. If you guys are interested in one of these, I can get these in your hot little hands. Okay? I can hook you up with that. Hilda said, congrats, Chantel. And then we have CTP. If you guys want some Complete Truth Protein, we can set you up with that as well. And then oils is not my gig, but pay attention to what the air quality today. That was what the show was supposed to be about. It's never about that, though. Now is it? So we have eucalyptus and we have RC that you should be diffusing. I would highly recommend. This helps with opening up your lungs and helping you breathe properly. And then these ones here is lemon and purification to help air quality. So air quality, and this is more lungs, for example. So opening up your lungs so you can breathe easier. I got to tell you, I'm not saying this just for the show. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I feel like because of the air quality, like something is like, it's not as clear as it usually is. And like just because the windows are closed doesn't mean smoke's not getting in. Like I said before, downstairs, I was downstairs and I had to go check all the windows to make sure because it was smelling smoky down there. So get your diffusers going and have a great day. Thank you so very much for being here with us, for watching the show, for hanging out with me, for your support on social media, your likes and shares and comments. They all make a difference. They all really help. And like they help in different ways. So the more comments on a post, the more posts that like Facebook wants to put posts in people's news feeds where people, they put them in news feeds where people, how can I say? Sorry, I just read a comment. That doesn't help. Facebook wants to see posts that people want to see. So the more likes on a post, Facebook is like, oh, then other people should see this. So they put that in more news feeds. If you comment or share, then Facebook's like, those are called algorithms. So then Facebook's like, oh, we're going to make this easier for people to share. If we put a post up and no one likes, comments, or shares, Facebook's like, no one probably wants to see that. We're going to push down the algorithms. So when we say we really appreciate your comments, and likes, and shares, we really do, because we put on a lot of time and effort into our posts, and we always appreciate when they reach a larger audience. We always hope they help you in some way. So we so much appreciate that, and for being here, for watching the show, and hanging out. I always appreciate your support. Charlene says, I will PM you about payment and delivery of the books. Awesome. And Charlene, also let me know if you want the books signed. I never know if people want them written in or if they want them blank, because sometimes they want them as a gift, or they'll read them once and give them away. I never really know. So if you want your book signed, and then we'll work out payment to get it shipped out to you as well. And then Hilda said, have a great day, everyone. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks again so much. We appreciate everything that you do for us and with us. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on the next show, or we'll see you on social media. Take care.